The Jeju Island Raid is one of the most important arcs in solo leveling. It serves as one of the pivotal moments for Jin-woo's power growth, and it addresses the concerns about the safety of the East Asian countries of China, Japan, and Korea, both its citizens and its hunters. 3 times, the Korean government had tried to clear the island, but 3 times they failed. When they launched the campaign for the 4th and last raid attempt, the S-class hunters were almost wiped out. The 4th campaign was supposed to be a failure, had Jin-woo ultimately decided not to participate in the campaign. But what if he did? What if Jin-woo abstained from joining the raid and allowed the joint operation of the S-class hunters from both Korean and Japanese guilds to handle the ants? How would the raid turn out? Let's find out. Jeju Island is considered the hardest S-class dungeon during its arc. Although its difficulty places it probably around 2 levels below the Dragon Kamish event, what makes it exceptionally dangerous isn't the number of ants, but their ability to quickly evolve into something much more powerful. And there are hundreds, if not 1,000 of them. Fans of the Hunter x Hunter's Chimawira Ant arc can attest to the danger of a race of monsters that can quickly evolve into something much more terrifying that even the strongest hunters cannot defeat on their own. Due to the proximity of Jeju Island to Japan, it was only a matter of time before most of the ants who had evolved to have wings to reach the major cities. One of the primary reasons why the Jeju Island Raid happened in the first place was because of an incident of an ant crossing into Japanese waters and attacking a small town. This was an unexpected development, but it was one of the things that was bound to happen. The Korean Hunter Association and the government wanted to leave the island alone due to the imminent danger that it posed against its hunters, especially after losing one of their prized hunter, Unsuk. Over the last 4 years, they failed to quell the threat and lost countless hunters to the ants as their power and numbers surged and overwhelmed their raid parties. The Korean government wanted the ants to die from starvation, but little did they know they could evolve into a rather convenient monster that a lot of people will soon learn to fear. While all of that is happening, Jin-woo is currently undertaking the Demon Castle and is fighting against the Demon King Baran. Although things haven't escalated to an alarming level, he isn't aware of the existence of the mutant ant that slaughtered a bunch of Japanese civilians. According to the reports, 4 E-rank hunters, 1 D-rank healer, and 1 C-rank leader were killed trying to subdue a single mutant ant. It took an A-rank hunter to properly kill a single ant. This means that a single mutant ant is around B to a rank level at most. What's more, a single flying ant can travel from Jeju to one of the nearest islands in Korea and Japan, which greatly increases the threat they bring to the table. So, a raid party was created between the Japanese and the Korean Hunter Association. This joint task force's main objective is to eliminate the ants of Jeju Island and hopefully eliminate them once and for all. But the leader of the Japanese guild, Draw Sword, Goto Ryuji, had other plans for that. Since Japan doesn't have a nation-level hunter yet, he wants to clear the S-rank dungeon of Jeju Island as a way to be promoted into a nation-level hunter and become the highest-ranking hunter in Japan. And yet, at the same time, he has a hidden objective. Their plan was to actually use the Korean hunters as bait for the ants and let them die from their absurd numbers before retreating back to their ships. Unfortunately, it did not go as planned as most of the Japanese S-class hunters fell against the overwhelming strength of the newly born Ant King, who eliminated them in mere seconds. When the Ant King went for Goto Ryuji, Jin-woo had already teleported to the Korean hunters group to aid them. The only reason why Jin-woo was able to help the Korean hunters instantly was due to his shadow exchange ability. If we remove that from the equation, he wouldn't be able to help them in time. Even if he uses Kaisel to travel to Jeju Island, it will still take him a considerable amount of time to arrive. Jin-woo arriving on time was the primary reason why the Jeju Island Raid was a success. His timely arrival prevented the escape of the ants and the Ant King to mainland Japan and Korea, all while saving the remaining Korean S-class hunters sent to eliminate the Ant Queen. But what if Jin-woo didn't arrive on time? Well, the Ant King will still face Jin-woo eventually. The problem is the scale of the battle between Jin-woo and the Ant King and his army. If the raid party failed to contain the ants inside the island and were thoroughly eliminated, that means hundreds, if not thousands, of B to Class A ants would be invading both the Japanese and Korean mainland, creating a massive hunter-ant war. Hundreds of thousands of civilians from both countries will die as a result. If one mutant ant was able to inflict close to 300 civilian deaths, how much more 100 or even 1,000 ants can do to an undefended country? Korea lacks the manpower to actually deploy hunters to multiple parts of the country to defend its populace. Since the best S-class hunters of both Korea and Japan fell against the ants, it's pretty telling that 95% of the civilians will not survive the onslaught. If this catastrophic event happens, it would urge the nation-level hunters to intervene, especially the likes of Thomas Andre and Liu Zhigang. Korea would likely collapse in a matter of weeks. Japan would greatly suffer without the Draw Sword Guild members, and despite having a superior number of hunters, they wouldn't have enough manpower to defend themselves in the following months, especially during the Japan crisis arc. Even if Jin-woo successfully kills the Ant King, the damage done by the mutant ants as a result of their failed raid would result in the deaths of millions, possibly including some of the people he knows. That also means their manpower would be severely lacking in the coming offensive against the monarchs in the last arc, resulting in a great loss of civilian and hunter lives. This is one of the several angles to look at the critical success of the Jeju Island Raid. Of course, Sung Jin-woo wouldn't let this happen and will try to save as many lives as possible. But it's good to theorize and think about the consequences of a failed offensive against the magic beasts. What about you? What's your take on this theory? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you're always updated with our latest videos.